Today I want to talk to you about health, mental health. I've been requested to do this video by my friend, so I decided to give it a go. I've kind of done a long way of progressing in my mental health and in my general health. So I decided to share with you like what I'm doing. So let me get my iPad and my notes. So let's begin with some psychology of how it works with the needs and covering those needs in order to stay happy, motivated, energized. It's not that easy. It's not just, maybe you've already tried it and you've realized that, buying a new pair of shoes just works for a short period of time. And we've kind of all heard it before that, all the materialistic things don't really fill the void. But what is there to do? Like, what is the process of becoming a healthy, fulfilled human being? What can we do if that doesn't work? Because, I feel like this is a bit of a teenagery kind of position. Like, I know what doesn't work, but what does? Okay, I figured that this is what I don't want, but what do I want? So, let's begin with the hierarchy of needs. The first thing I believe works in order to feel happy, fulfilled, in everyday life, to not be miserable. Obviously, serious mental health issues are a different story, and like I got them. But if you're feeling really, really bad, go see a specialist. Like, I'm not going to be able to help you with this. But anyway, so let's put it up here. We've got the Maslow hierarchy of needs, right? On the bottom, we have physiological needs, right? So it's food, water, warmth, and rest. If those are not covered, there is just no point going up. So let's say when I was living on the streets, I didn't have any, like, I hardly ever had any food. Like, I would have water probably sometimes. Like, no rest because you can't really sleep properly. Because, the city wakes up at around like 6 a.m. There was things start happening. And it's literally impossible to. I was a mess back then because the most base needs were not met. It doesn't matter if I was, doing all the things for self actualization and things like that, because the basic needs are not met. If your life right now is basically living from day to day, just figuring out how to get like food and where you're gonna sleep, this is the first thing that needs battling, because that is just a hard situation to be in, and it's impossible to be a happy, stable, balanced human being if that's just happening. Also, the safety needs, like, right? So living on the street, that's just not covered. So safety, belongingness, and love needs. So intimate relationships and friends. So this is just like the social part of things. Then esteem needs, prestige, and feeling of accomplishment. Feeling of accomplishment is a big thing for me. So whenever I am doing some work or something, when I'm getting some emotional feedback from people, or when I've done it and I'm feeling proud of it, that really does give me happiness. And self-actualizations, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. So basically, this is the basics. Let's move to the spheres. So what is there? What spheres are there that need covering? So you can basically analyze your life and see where you're missing out. The spheres are, so there is biological, psychological, social, and spiritual. So that is the wheel, and this is basically you need tackling all of those things in order to feel happy and balanced in life. That being said, let's open up the wheel of balance. So you can find it, so you can Google it, the Wheel of Balance, I think it is called that. And literally just sit down and mark how you're feeling about each and every one of them. So which grade you would give yourself in every one of those spheres. So to feel balanced in general, those are really important. Right. So we got that theory part out of the way. Now let's talk about what I actually do and my everyday tips and tricks on how I stay sane, at least, because that's never really been a thing for me. I would be so emotionally unstable and really try to be productive, and it just wouldn't work, and I would hate myself. And this is what brings me to one of the most important points for me, which is self-love. And what really helps me is to not be a bully to myself. If I'm not on my side, then who is going to be? In the end of the day, it is me by myself, handling and hustling and just trying to figure out what this life is all about. It's not about other people. It's like sometimes there is nobody else, and I can turn my own life into hell. I don't even need other people. Like, my own head can do this so well. Literally in 5 seconds, I could before go from like being on top of the world to being miserable and crying for a week, or like self-harming or doing other things. And really, like, for example, right, I've gained some weight now. I was really working out, I was really staying healthy, and then I got sick. And for like 10 days I was in bed and I was just really weak and I was eating stupid stuff. But now I've recovered from it, right, from the physical sickness. But my habits stayed a bit with eating unhealthy things, and I don't really feel like eating. I'd open a fridge and see a tomato and I'm like, no, 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 thank you. No. I'd rather eat like a pie or something. So there's two ways I can go around this. One is bully myself and fail and then just enter this never-ending loop of misery. Or I can just accept that today is like this. And either I'm going to eat that tomato and feel good about it, or I'm going to eat something unhealthy and potentially gain some more weight and just not bully myself. Then I would just accept it and enjoy it and just let go. So acceptance is one of the biggest things for me. It already goes automatically in my head, but I had to literally manually rewire my brain to do this. So whenever a situation comes up, I ask myself, is there anything I can do about it? So if there is, then I just accept that this is how it is now. The weight thing is just an easy example. It's just easy for me to explain here, but you can apply it to anything. So, okay, I've gained some weight. Is there anything I can do about it? Yeah. So I just accept it. Don't bully myself that it happened. Don't just go like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. I didn't work out for 3 weeks. And I'm fat again and I hate the world and I'm never gonna. And this is how I did it my whole life, and it just doesn't work. And I'm here for a good time and a long time. Like, as much as I wanted to just stop, existing, it just never happened. So maybe there is a purpose for me in this life. So because of that, I just feel like it is a marathon, not a sprint. And I gotta learn how to maintain these things for long term, because years are passing and I don't want to accumulate more problems with health and mental health and potentially then recover from them. I want to be able to live in sync with nature and people and myself and my health. And it's a lot going on, because when I finished school, I didn't go to university, and my whole life was about figuring out and trying and just like, oh, this is, I'm gonna try this and it doesn't work, and then I get frustrated. But now also doing something for the process and enjoying it and just letting go of the result, and like not controlling the result, but controlling, not controlling at all, just really, really helps me in my mindset of being, healthier, in general, more stable, balanced human being. And I absolutely love it. So whenever a situation happens, if I cannot change anything about it, then why bother? Then I just need to, it's all about my perception and how I'm feeling inside, and my internal world really materializes. It's just how I'm feeling inside, what I'm projecting into this universe. This is all really important. So if I'm a miserable, not crying nonsense, and I'm just literally going over things that could be different, or why did this happen, or it doesn't sorry, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It just, something happens, like, the situation in the world now, can I change it? Is there anything I can do about it? No. So why bother with things that I cannot change? It's literally just a waste of my energy. So I don't really go down that road. What I can change, I take small steps and figure out, it really, really, now that I'm almost 27 years old, I've realized that if I do something continuously, even if it doesn't seem like a big deal at the time, with years, it does. There is a progression and it does make a difference. And the personal growth and learning is so important to me, because if I'm not growing, then I'm dying. If I'm not going up, then I'm going down slowly. There is no such thing as just stable. It's either up or down, but it's not always up like this. It can be like this or like this. Everything is non-consistent. This is what I've learned from Buddhism as well, and this is why I love it so much. Everything is temporary. There is nothing permanent. So, like, this body is not permanent. Weight loss is not permanent. You know, jobs, friends, nothing. Everything is changing. Everything is evolving. And also remembering for myself that things do happen for the best, usually. Bad things happen for the best. Some of the bad things happen to me, I think, so that I would realize things, so that I would be reborn again and just keep growing and evolving and doing my thing. Or if, my path in life is like this and I just go there, sometimes the universe just needs to smack me and get me back on track. And it's unpleasant, but is the way it is the way I believe it is. Okay, so we've pretty much covered the psychological and the mindset aspect of it, right? So now I want to talk about some biological things that keep me feeling healthy and good and just kind of balanced. So I swear by food supplements. I really like this stuff. So I just got some things here that I want to show you. Check out. This is quite a lot of things. Okay, so adaptogens. I literally love those. So I've got this thing called Energy Boost. I put it in my smoothies and my coffee, but lately I'm just eating crap, so I'm not really doing smoothies. And I'm, usually I would drink matcha, but recently I'm drinking coffee again. And I don't bully myself for it. It's a temporary thing. The one thing I do keep up with is being vegetarian. Vegan is very hard for me, and I do go in that direction. And I tried going fully vegan before for some times, but I just didn't work out a way to do it consistently and staying happy and not gaining weight. So since I was 11, I am vegetarian. There's been some hiccups in this, but nobody's perfect. But you know what? I am a fan believer in the fact that if I do something 80%, it's better than not doing it at all. And I used to have this very black and white vision that, like, either I am fully vegan or I am going to, start eating meat. And I would do it for like a month, and then I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Like, I'm so miserable, and my conscience is killing me, and it's just horrible. So it's not either like I do something like full on and just get into it and not sleep, and then I'm like, right now I need to figure my life out, and I sit down for a week and look for jobs, or like I'm like, this is the time. Doing something an hour a day is better than doing for like 3 months, let's say, right? It's better than doing something for 8 hours a day for a week and then getting burnt out and then quitting it altogether and hating it, and then, recovering and probably oversleeping, overeating, and then being just miserable, and then getting on this cycle. Is just all about balance and stability. And there are so many spheres and things in this life that it's just impossible to be just doing one thing and then being happy. It's just diving deep into things like straight away used to be my way of living, but it doesn't work. I tried too many times. Okay, so back to this. So this has protein hemp, maca, and cacao. So maca is an adaptogen, and this is what I'm getting to. Ashwagandha and maca are adaptogens, and I love them. I don't have ashwagandha right now, but I should really get it. I used to take it, and it really, really helps to just balance me out. And when I always suggest to people to take it when, the weather is changing as well, or you undergoing some changes in life, or you're stressed out. It just really helps to just adapt to things. Okay, so I put in my coffee because I'm just, organic guarana. So this is just for energy. It's like this, I think it's Brazilian. Yeah, it is Brazilian. Because in Portugal, they put this into like energy drinks and things. It's quite a known thing. So I love guarana. Then we've got spirulina. And this thing is fantastic. I usually would make spinach smoothie, spinach and banana, and put this in it. And this is super healthy. So you've got like B vitamins in here, iron, and protein. And spirulina is just super good for you. Okay, then I take magnesium supplements with B6. Ideally, there would be B12 in this as well, or B12 needs to be taken separately, because nobody really, it's not just for vegans actually, because B12 used to be in the vegetables when they're not treated, like in the skin and things like that, but now with the modern times, the vegetables have like pesticides, and the way we wash them, there is just no more B12 in it. So it's not just for vegans and vegetarians. I feel like everybody should take B12. And magnesium just helps to relax the neural system. So this is the new thing that I have got lately, and it's called like ginkgo biloba. I don't know how to read it. So it is for memory. It's like an antioxidant, and for cleansing and for detox. I don't know. I've started taking this thing lately, and apparently it's like for energy levels as well. Don't really know. Didn't try it separately. So the new thing that I got that I still haven't tried, and I'm going to make another video about it, how it's going to go. just that I didn't figure out how to take it yet. So I've bought this reishi mushroom, and it is used in like, it's like for the body recovery, and the it's basically called the mushroom of longevity. Longevity, is it called that? I'm not English. Basically living for a long time, you know. But so mine is dried up, but I've seen videos of people on YouTube when they go and pick it up and literally just use it when it's not dry. So it looks really strange, like some kind of fruit. I don't know how to take it yet. I didn't figure it out, but you know, I've heard that this is a very good thing. So I do invest a bit in, you know, supplements and you know, just natural medicine, because I am a big fan of all of this natural healing and all of this stuff. But this is not everything. This is just like a nice bonus, and it just makes me feel better, but like biologically. I do suggest working out because it does wonders to mental health. Literally, it was a long period of time for me to get used to it and get into my routine. And I used to hate it because, you know, when I'm feeling terrible psychologically, I don't want to go work out. It's the last thing I want to do. But also going and cycling and going for a walk, just basically, I really could feel it, that those hormones of health or whatever, the dopamine, is hitting the brain after a workout. It does wonders after a workout. I don't want to be like a blob, you know, just lying down with like, I stopped being like that, and that just really gives me a lot of confidence and happiness. It's just a different feeling after a workout, and it doesn't need to be some intense hit crazy thing, especially if you're not losing weight. So, coming back to spirituality, I do meditate and I do it for years and years, but now I'm doing it consistently. I use the app called, it's like the one with the ball. I'll put it here now. And I absolutely love it. It's free, but you've got some courses there that you can pay for. It's on subscription, but there is a lot of free meditations, and I absolutely love it. Sometimes when I'm feeling really, really anxious, or not really, whenever I'm feeling this like internal void just growing, and I'm just become needy and seeking approval of other people, or just needing to, I start realizing that something is going wrong. I sometimes listen to mantras, and it really, really helps. It calms me down. I would light up an incense and listen to some mantras and just meditate and, you know, speak to my higher power, or God, or higher power, whatever you want to call it. I feel like something exists out there, and I want to be in contact with it. It's like my own thing. It's my contact with my God, my spiritual things, and I just keep it to myself. I love it. I personally always stay in contact, and I just chat. You know, I call my universe bro a lot, and I don't feel like there is anything wrong with this. I feel like I will be heard one way or another, and I don't need some formal rituals, even though I do like raising energy and doing things like that. But also, I feel like it's not also formal and one way. I feel like I can improvise and put my own things into it because it makes uh, sense for me, and it's my spirituality. Yoga really helped me a lot as well. I'm not doing it now, but it's a really good practice. And not all yoga is just stretches, and it's not really that easy. There are some really, really intense yoga practices that literally I would struggle with, but it does help, and it's a good form of putting together spirituality and some exercise and moving around. I feel like it's really important and I absolutely love it. Keeping track of my timing feels like an important thing for me as well, in order to feel, balanced and happy, and just kind of not zen, because my emotions are still all over the top and I'm always hyper and I'm always onto something. But just feeling in peace with yourself and with the nature. I used to think that I'm a night owl and that I go to work at night and I would stay up and I would just really mess with my biorhythm. But now that I'm working and I start at 10 in the morning, and I feel like I'm the most productive at those times. So, really going to bed not too late, getting enough sleep, and having a purpose in life just really helps me. Helping other people, and meditating before bed, and just releasing all everything from this day, analyzing the day, making some plans for tomorrow. It just all became a part of my life, and it really does make me feel absolutely different. So whatever is happening, I can maintain more calm, adequate. I can have better responses to stressful situations. If I do fall into some more or less, like, I don't really get such bad depressions anymore, but if I do get just down, I don't get down like -1,000. It's just more on the surface and it's more manageable. Also, I always ask myself, if this is what I want, are my actions getting me closer to my dream and my goal? And if not, I try to change something. And if I fail, I just don't go hard on myself, because this is life. I'm a human and nobody's perfect. And it's just pointless to expect that from yourself, especially now that everything is just really unstable. It's just strange times for some years now, at least for me. And, just go easy on yourself, bro. I feel like I've just spoken forever, but I really wanted to make this video, just share some knowledge with you guys of how I went from being just a crying mess and just a mess, to being how I am now. And obviously it's a work in progress and just nowhere near perfect, but I do feel like it's been a long way and I've learned some stuff and I can share it with you. Anyway, if you stayed this far, you're an absolute legend. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, drop down some comments of what you think about this video, and I'll see you around, bro. Thank you.